It's Platt, and today we head to Henderson, Nevada. That's next to Platt's Beer of the Week. So the particular beer we have today is Stardust. Comes to us from the fine folks at Lovelady Brewing. It is a double hazy IPA made with blackberries. The name itself is in reference to the old strip casino, the Stardust. We'll talk about that later. Let's start off though with a little background into Lovelady Brewing. The brewery was founded and is ran by four brothers, the Lovelady brothers. The name Lovelady was not made up for the brewery. It's actually the family name. Apparently the origins to the brewery start back with twin brothers Richard and Robert. They began home brewing when they were 17 years old. And of course, when you get home brewing, everybody kind of likes the idea and like, oh, we'll call it, whatever brew, or, when I started home brewing, people referred to it as Platt's Blue Ribbon or whatever. They referred to their beer as Dick and Bob's Brew. And they just had fun with the time, but it was something that kind of stuck in their head, and the brothers all kind of grew up and went their separate ways or whatever, but that was always in the back of their head. It wasn't until later that the other brothers, Jerry and Jeffrey, kind of came in and said, hey, you know what, we should all get together and do this brewery thing. The family, they were looking for a family business that was fun, that was kind of community-based. The family itself apparently has connections with Henderson, Nevada, dating back to the 1950s. Again, just kind of a community-based, fun idea, and a brewery's kind of tough to beat for that. The brewery itself is located on Water Street in Henderson. Henderson's Vegas's main suburb, and like a lot of suburbs, originally started off as a separate town that was, a good bit outside the metro area, but then everything kind of grows that way, and what ends up happening is a lot of these suburbs kind of want to keep a little bit of their personality, so they revitalize the downtown areas. And that's what happened in Henderson. They revitalized some of the old casinos, did some street work, what have you. They have kind of an arts district, bars, restaurants, a couple of breweries, including Lovelady. And that's where it's located. If you get a chance to make it out to Vegas and have a rent-a-car somewhere to get out, it's probably a little far to Uber. But Henderson's a fun little town, especially that downtown area. Real quick, let's talk about some of their other beers. First is the Paleo Porter, a 5% ABV coffee, chocolate, peanut butter porter. There's a lot of goodness in there. The coffee, the chocolate, the peanut butter, and especially if you like maltier beers like me, definitely check out the Paleo Porter. Next is Ninth Island Pineapple Sour. It's a 5.5% ABV New England style IPA. This is kind of an homage to the Hawaiian culture we have out here. As some of you may or may not know, we have a lot of Hawaiians out that live here, and a lot of them refer to Vegas as the Ninth Island. And even if you go to Hawaii and tell them you're from Vegas or whatever, oh yeah, brother, big connection between the two. Thus, the Ninth Island Pineapple Sour. Next is Golden Knights, a 5% ABV Mexican-style lager. It's an homage to the local NHL team. But the Golden Knights also have a minor league affiliate in Henderson, and I believe their arena is only a few blocks away from the brewery itself. So again, just kind of keeping it in the community, as you would say. And lastly is Gas Station Burnout Stout, a 8% ABV Imperial Stout made with gingerbread. Something a little different, but this time of year, the pumpkin and the gingerbread or whatever might be a nice beer to have around the old Christmas tree. Well, before we try this particular beer, let's check out the stats. So today, since I'm drinking a beer called Stardust, I thought I would talk a little bit about the old Stardust Casino. This is what their logo looked like back in the day, the big neon sign. For those of you who may or may not know much about the Stardust was just one of the premier hotel casinos in Vegas at the kind of the glory days, the Rat Pack days. Every few years in Vegas, there's a new casino that kind of raises the bar, and Stardust was that casino at one time. The Stardust opened July 2nd, 1958. At the time, it opened as the largest hotel in the world, 1,065 rooms. Doesn't seem big now, but you gotta remember at the time, like a 250-room hotel was considered massive. So a 1,000-room hotel was just insane. They also kind of broke ground on a couple different things. They were the first casino to have their own RV park, something a lot of people don't think about now, and I think as far as between the Strip and downtown, I think the only one now that has one is Circus. But 40, 50 years ago when people came to Vegas, a lot of people, this was part of the big family 2-week road trip where you took an RV, you were going to hit Route 66, the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, a night or two in Vegas, then on your way out to LA. And RV travel was just a bigger option at the time. Also, the Strip was a little more accessible as far as driving to some of these casinos than it is today. Also, Stardust was one of the first casinos to have a really big sports book, the first one to really do it. Before then, there'd always been sports betting out here, but it's done kind of through like a pari-mutuel window. You didn't have the 100 TVs showing sports from all around the world, Laker games, you know, Manchester United, the Olympic, you know. The Stardust was kind of the first one to have it. They later got overshadowed by the old Hilton sportsbook, which is now Westgate, but Stardust was the first one to really do that. Of course, they had tons of fabulous acts come throughout the year. Mr. Vegas himself, Wayne Newton, Tim Conway, Don Rickles, Steve and Edie Gourmet. The Stardust is where Siegfried and Roy really got their first big break into Vegas. They eventually ended up moving to the Mirage, but Stardust is where they had their first real big show at. So, ton of great acts played out there through the years. Actually, if you've ever seen the movie Casino with Robert De Niro, in the movie they use other names. It was pretty much a biography or a documentary. They just changed the names. They referred to the hotel in the movie as the Tangiers, but really it was the old Stardust. And the gentleman that De Niro played, his character was named Ace, but it was based off a gentleman named Lefty Rosenthal that actually ran the Stardust. And just like in the movie, the feds and gaming came in and ended up taking away the casino, and that's what happened in 1985. State gaming took control. They ended up bringing in Boyd Casinos, which owned a lot of casinos downtown. They brought them in to run the casino, and they ran the casino till they eventually imploded it in March of 2007. The original plan at the time was to implode it and rebuild a version of the Borgata in New Jersey there. Recession hit, things got delayed, and it wasn't until actually July of this year that Resort World opened up that location. The property got moved a couple times, but the Resort World Casino is where the old Stardust was, and if you saw my review of the casino, you might have seen some pictures in there of the old Stardust. But fascinating story. Watch the movie Casino to learn about it, but like I said, that was all real. They just, you know, changed the names. Well, enough about the Stardust. Let's drink Stardust. Alright, looks like we've got, well, color-wise, dark golden. Just a hint of the berry on the nose. Slight hop, but not aggressive. Let's give it a try. Well, that's nice. That's really nice. I didn't get a lot of berry on the nose, but it's there on the taste. A sweetness to it. For an IPA, there's not a lot of hops to it. There's enough to where this is not viscously or cloyingly sweet. Yeah, not much hop taste. A little on the end with just a little bit of bitterness. Very little hop aroma. But overall, nice little beer. Body-wise, medium minus body. At 7.5, I don't really quite notice the alcohol. There's not a burn or the warming feeling. Actually, this beer goes down pretty easy. This could be dangerous at 7.5%. It goes down fairly easy. Something I could drink on like an Indian summer evening or whatever, you know, or a nice spring evening, something like that. Real nice beer though. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or beers that you're learning to try, please leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Until next time, bottoms up.